call this meeting of the Legislative and Regulatory Committee to order at 4:45 on Monday, December 16th. Roll call, please.
Ron Dunwoody.
Here.
Scott McClory.
Here.
Peter Harvey.
Here.
Two items tonight on the agenda. The first, discussion and possible decision regarding holding a hearing to revoke a direct seller's permit for an Everlight solar employee. Apparently, we've been having complaints, and Chief, I guess you're all up to date on that, where it's at?
We're still looking into the complaint itself, yes.
Okay. Now, we have the option of revoking their seller's permit, Adam, and what are we looking at as far as an expense or timeline? We have to have 72 hours notice in advance.
Yeah, we'd have to schedule a hearing, so we'd have to provide, we'd have to personally serve, or we've been advised to personally serve the subject of that revocation. So we'd have to schedule that hearing, at least a week or two in advance of when, we'd have to schedule that to give us enough time to personally serve.
And I noticed that Rebecca tried to contact them, but has she received any communication back from them?
No, I left a voicemail with the receptionist, and a team lead was supposed to get back to me latest by Thursday, and nobody has reached out.
All right. What does the committee think about this? Shall we proceed with revocation hearing?
Is there any cost beyond the service? Just, you've been served is like $100 to do it through, the department, through the process serving. I mean, that's not a big deal, but.
There shouldn't be. I mean, I don't think we're gonna have to treat this like a, we're not gonna probably have to get like a court reporter or anything like that, and I don't think it's gonna require a lot of legal preparation for it. So I'd say the cost to do it would be minimal, other than your time. There would be some legal expense in terms of making sure that the city attorney is there to, I guess, make sure we don't screw things up. But other than that,
So we got the process fee of roughly $100, and then to get our attorney here for at least a minimum, they must have a minimum rate that they get, 2 hours, or 1 hour, or whatever, plus travel time, or, so what is that, roughly?
Well,
$300?
Depends on if you schedule the hearing, let's say, prior to a council meeting afterwards, then that would eliminate the travel cost component. So
Okay.
then it would just be whatever time they're actually here. So if if it's a 15-minute hearing, I'm assuming you'd want to give opportunity for the people impacted to come testify potentially. So you'd want them here for that. So that could take some time. It's possible the person doesn't show up. I mean, who knows?
And they're already gonna definitely be cited, we've determined, Chief, that's the implication I got from reading this, but you're giving me the impression that we're not there.
I believe we're close to there, but we're not quite there yet. We're still waiting for a call back from the employee involved. And just so you know, he does not live in the immediate area, so service will be a challenge, I would say. So just taking that in consideration when scheduling.
And if we do nothing in March, his permit expires.
I believe
That's
so.
correct, yes. And we certainly, if they apply,
It's almost January already, so.
if they apply again, certainly we could have people come and testify to you guys to, oppose issuing them a new one, if that's, or whether it's this individual or the company as a whole, depending on if you feel like their response has been helpful or not. And I think that'll also depend on whether they actually get back to the city at all in terms of our calls. So.
And refresh my memory, what was the date of the most recent complaint? The email that they sent in, I think who did they send it into? I forget.
December 4th.
Was it sent it to you, right, Ken? No? Somebody. I thought one of us got it.
It was ultimately no, yes.
Yeah. December 4th was the last time it happened? Yeah. That's pretty recent.
And just for clarification, yes, my memo did indicate that we were going to be citing him. That was the latest Captain Brandel last Friday-ish, Thursday.
Thursday.
Had stopped by and asked whether we wanted this individual cited or whether we wanted the company cited. So we inferred from that they were going to be citing them. So yes, that was our understanding. I know the chief this morning had a slightly different perspective on that, but I still think they're moving forward with that.
What's the tipping point for citing, not citing either him or the company?
I think it was gonna be just based off of the behavior at the residence in question, is what it was gonna be based off of.
Have there been any other complaints just besides on that one employee of that company or more?
As far as I know, there's been other concerns.
Well, if you read the Facebook thread, it talks about, he was at my house 2 days ago and I told him to get lost and he said, I'm still talking. He said, I don't want you here, so it's obviously been more than one person. Maybe only one person officially filed a complaint per se, but it's occurred to more than one residence with a no solicitation sign. At least that's my inference.
Yeah, I guess there is more than one representative from this company though, so whether it's the same individual, I don't know that.
Is there anything that would oppose us from citing the company in the big corporation versus one person individually?
I guess the preference would be to cite the individual responsible for the actions versus the company. That's our preference, that's why we're trying to reach out to this individual directly.
To get his side of the story.
To get his side as well as then cite him for his behavior, because he may not necessarily, even though he's working for the company, that may not be the company's overall position, and they may have a rogue employee, so to speak.
All right, I guess I'm leaning towards putting a timeout on this whole thing until we figure out where the rubber meets the road with the city and the police as far as his or her behavior and how it relates to the company overall.
Peter?
Seems to make sense to me. I'm gonna agree with Scott on this one.
I like that idea, I think, but we'd still need to let any affected citizens know what where we're at on this somehow. They need to be informed, so they know we're not just sitting on our hands.
Right.
Is that your motion then, Scott?
I guess my motion would be two-part. A, we reach back out to these affected citizens or citizen, whoever needs to be informed, that the matter is under review by our police department and city staff, and once all the information has been gathered, we'll be making a determination about having a hearing and or revoking or letting it to I don't have any problem letting it expire in March. I don't think that's an issue, and the people probably should know that already. I don't see any reason they should continue to have a permit if they're not gonna follow the rules. So I think the people and the complainants, the citizens in question would wanna know that right now. Unless somebody else sees a reason that we would wanna continue with them after March, I don't.
I don't either.
So that's my motion, if that makes sense.
We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. One more caveat on, can we get something in the paper, or at least with the utility bills or something? So our citizens know that people that come around do have to have a seller's permit, and they do have the right to ask for it. And if they refuse to provide the seller's permit or the seller's permit number for verification, they need to tell them to get out of there.
And call the police.
And call the police.
Right.
Because I've had this myself before.
I've never asked anybody for a seller's permit. They've come to my door a whole bunch of times. I just never thought about it, to be honest.
Okay.
Can I ask either Matt or Rebecca, whoever might know this, maybe neither, I assume Rebecca does, how many seller's permits do we have out there right now? Are there 10s, 20s, 100s?
For this company alone, we just issued 13.
Okay,
I would say about 25, but they expire 120 days from the date that they're issued. so.
okay.
All right.
Like I said, I have no idea how many were out there. All right, interesting.
Next item, discussion, possible decision regarding creation of a city mission statement, vision statement, and core values. Thank you, Adam, for the attachments from the other municipalities. It was helpful to get some idea. I know we've all, Scott, your sheriff's department, and P with the fire, and me with this, everyone has one now. I think I'd like to see it, my recommendation to be, we should move forward with this, but I think all city employees should have an input as far as what they think the mission statement should be, and the core values, all of that. And then it can come back to us, and we can disseminate, do some purging or tweaking to come up with comprehensive and then still put it back out for final blessings, so to say, from the department and all our associates.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think,
They need to feel
do,
empowered.
what's that?
They need to feel empowered. and part of the
Exactly,
process.
and maybe, you know, send it to every city employee, as an email with some of the attachments that Adam was kind enough to share with us, so they kind of have a launching point about kind of where we're going, what we're looking at, and then ask them, you know, do any of these, do you really agree with or disagree with, you know, write up, but make sure we have a specific deadline, like you got like, you know, 21 days to answer us,
Yeah.
or whatever. And if
Right.
if they're silent, then their silence speaks, you know, for, you know, I'm good with whatever you all want to do. And then bring it back to the committee and, you know, hash it out. The only thing I've learned over the years, and Peter and maybe the chief may see a bit of truth in this too, is sometimes the core values, the mission statement, whatever you know, the creed, whatever you call it, sometimes it's just too verbose. It's just, you know,
It should
core
be-
values should not have 47
It
things.
should be concise.
Yeah, it should, and that's the way most mission statements are. They're like literally a paragraph. You know, to empower the citizens, make it a great place to raise your family, be crime-free or whatever. Whatever it turns, you know, just like, I don't know what, I'm trying to put you on the spot. Yours is relatively short?
It is.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's the only thing I would be careful of, is that we just don't make it too grandiose. Any of those, the mission statement, the core values, or the, was that the only two? Vision statement, yeah. So I'm good with that. I don't know when you guys want to circle back, you know,
Well,
give.
it's gonna be busy here for the rest of this
Yeah,
year, you know,
maybe-
sometime, maybe if we have something back by the middle of February.
I'm good with that.
All right, that's motion, that's my motion.
Second.
Okay, we have motion second, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Anything else? If not, then this meeting is adjourned at 4:57. Thank you.